All praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the legmen feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. And sincerity and truth of this great gospel coming out of our Bible. Coming out of our Bible. And the Bible warns us about what our women, right, the Israelite women, right, the Israelite women who have their heads stuck up who Esau Edom's ass. Esau Edom's ass, right? Because what our women have became our enemy in this society, right? Because she's weak. She's weak. She can't take suffering. She can't take being at the bottom. She can't take being in captivity. That's why she's fleeing to her captive, Esau Edom. I'm reading the book of Deuteronomy 7:3. It says, "Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy sons," right? You gotta realize these are the bases of men, Esau, Edom, the wicked. And here our women are chasing after them like they're the supreme beings.
There's a new look of love we're seeing more and more these days. From entertainment to red carpets to the Supreme Court.
He's been the best husband, father, and friend I could ever imagine.
Take a look at all of these women. What do they have in common? Black women dating and in many cases marrying white men. 27-year-old Charity Lawson might just be the next high-profile black woman with a white husband. The star of ABC's The Bachelorette is looking for love on season 20 of the dating competition. Only 9 of her 25 suitors are black. She recently sat down with R. Kennedy Rue to discuss finding love across the color line.
I will say, I probably did have a type, obviously when I was a lot younger, and I think that's just, what your environment is, that's who you're around. But, as I've gotten older, as I've gotten to know myself, it's I don't like to say that I have a type because I connect with people for who they are, their personalities, what they exude as a person, their characteristics. That's what stands out to me, and that doesn't determine based off of your race.
Charity is the 4th black bachelor.
Their personalities, what they exude as a person, their characteristics. That's what stands out to me, and that does.
Right, it all goes back from us discontinuing from our heritage. Right, our people, they don't know who the fuck they are. Right, they don't know who they are. If they knew who they are, they wouldn't give their daughters over to their son, these Edomites. Right, these women, they wouldn't be going after what the basis of men. Why the hell would you chase the lowest level of men, knowing that their kingdom is about to come to a full end, unless you're part of their bullshit? And Eve been part of their bullshit from a long time. For a long time. Matter of fact, let me get this verse. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 25:24. It says, "Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die." Right? Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Eve. Right? Eve following after the serpent, right? And here we are generations and generations years later. Eve is still following after the serpent, still holding on the serpent's nuts, right? Following after the doctrines, the philosophies of the devil, right? This is the book of Micah 7:10. It says, "Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets." Right? It says, "Then she that is mine enemy," the women are our enemy, right? Because our women don't believe in God. These women don't believe in the holy power of Israel, right? What do they believe in? They believe in themselves. They believe in the philosophies and the doctrines that they learn through college.
What led me to deconstruct from Christianity after being a Christian for 21 years? Well, it started when I took a Religions of the World course in college. That's when I really started questioning everything. I quickly realized that all religions, most of them, what led me to deconstruct from Christianity after being a Christian for 21 years? Well, it started when I took a Religions of the World course in college. That's when I really started questioning everything. I quickly realized that all religions, most of them, excluding Buddhism because it's a little bit different, it's more of a way of life. All religions pretty much are some adapted versions of the same storyline. Different characters, different deities. Some religions have one deity, some have multiple. Essentially, they all have the same goal of eternal peace and prosperity. So once I realized that, wow, all of these religions are pretty much saying the same thing and have a lot of the same values. I was like, so who am I to say that mine is right and everyone else is wrong? Which is a common theme in America. Then I started to think about my upbringing. I always questioned what I was taught, but I was never given any answers. I always had very logical questions to what I was being taught in Sunday school, and I was always told to just have faith. Most of my childhood and teenage years, I genuinely felt like I was faking being a Christian. I did not get into it the way that other people did.
You want
And that's why they love having these women at these colleges, because they're easily to be manipulated, right? They're easily to be, right, mind controlled, right? Most of the motherfuckers in college is women, right? And that's where they go to be hoes also, man. They go to be freaky deaky, get away from the parents so they can do what they want. But guess what? In these college institutions, what they teach you against what? The Holy One of Israel. They teach you against a so-called philosophy of a higher power, right? They make you think that you're God, right? They believe in science, right? That's the main thing they push in colleges, that science. Let's get this. It's 1 Timothy 6:20. It says, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thee, to thy trust." It's a lot. "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, and oppositions of science, falsely so-called," right? Science means to know, right? When you go into college, man, you end up not knowing nothing, right? You actually devalue in knowledge, right? Because they teaching you everything opposite of what to know, right? Because to know, wisdom and knowledge starts with the understanding and fear of the Lord, right? They ain't teaching you to fear the Lord in these colleges, right? They teaching you adultery. They teaching you witchcraft, sorcery, right? Idol worshiping, anything that's against the Heavenly Father. So fuck a college and a college hoe, right? A college hoe who thinking she knows. It's the book of Job 39:17, right? For a college hoe who thinks she knows. It says, "Because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding." Right? What did the Lord deprive a woman of? Wisdom. Understanding. That's why the bitch fled to what? The serpent. Fled to the serpent. This is Proverbs 9:13. It says, "A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing," right? These women don't know shit.
You won't believe what this Satanist has to say about God.
God, I don't need him. I can still.
You won't believe what this Satanist has to say about God.
God, I don't need him. I can still love people.
Do you feel that God has abandoned you?
No, I feel like God is self-serving, and if you need to be worshipped, the fact that God needs his people to worship him makes him a self-serving, narcissistic piece of shit. You should not need your people to worship you. I don't need God. Why do I have to worship him? Why does he need me to worship him? If he created me and he created me to worship him, him. How the are you about to create people to worship you? Why do I have to worship him? Why does he need me to worship him? If he created me and he created me to worship him, him. How the are you about to create people to worship you?
I gotta go back to Micah, right? Micah 7:10, it says, "Then she that is mine enemy shall see it," right? She looked like a white woman. Probably was a nigga woman going through them curses. Yeah, them curses was tearing that ass up, right? Because this ain't about a color thing. This ain't about black man, brown man. No, this is about your bloodline. Does your bloodline go to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Are you under them spiritual curses that was bestowed upon the children of Israel? It says, "Then she that is mine enemy," one of the curses would be that our women would be our enemies. Our women will be against us, right? "Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold it. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets." That's why these women going through so much, right? They trusted in Satan. They trusted in Esau, Edom, the wicked. Like the wicked is gonna help you. The wicked is not with you. The wicked says, fuck you, right? The wicked been fucking you. Right? We don't care about a nigger woman, a Hispanic woman, a Native American woman. Right? The wicked don't even care about his fucking self. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good too? But here's the nigger woman chasing after Esau, Edom, the wicked. Read the book of Genesis 3:13. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Yeah, you did eat off the philosophies and the doctrines of the devil. You went to his colleges, his institutions, right? You was given over to his sons. You married into his family, and you learned his fucking wicked ways, man. Right? I'm going to read it again. It says, and the Lord said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And did eat, yeah. The woman fell victim. Let's go to this beguiled. Right? The serpent charmed her, enchant her. Right? It says charm, attracted her, enchanted it, wooed her, bewitched her, right? Blinded her, hypnotized her, seduced, right? Led on, enticed, misled, deceived, entrapped, right? Tricked, duped, fooled. You bitches been fooled. You bitches been duped. You bitches been misled. Right? You bitches been enticed by the devil, seduced, right? Hypnotized by Satan. That's why things ain't going according to your fucking plan, right? You've been hoodwinked, right? Hoodwinked, right? Fuck a dumb woman who can't see the truth. Let's read it again. Genesis 3:12, it says, and he said, and the man said, the woman whom thou gavest, this is Genesis 3 verse 12. And the man said, the woman thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat, right? That's why it says, through her we all died, right? Because through the woman, that's how men fell. That bitch, she's weak. Well, let's get this verse. It's the book of 1 Peter 3, verse 7. It says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto what? The weaker vessel. What is your woman? She's a weaker vessel. That's why you're supposed to guide her. You're supposed to lead her from her father to her husband. Nothing in between. Ain't no baby daddies, baby fathers, multiple niggas. Nah, from your father to one husband. And he shall rule over thee. It says knowledge. I'm reading it again. This is the book of 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Your prayers be not hindered. Right? So this weaker vessel, which is the woman, right? She was beguiled by who? The serpent. The devil. Right? It says, Genesis 3:12, it says, the man said, the woman, he tricked quick. Yeah, Adam tricked. He said, man, it was this bitch you gave me. Man. You gave me this wicked ass fucking woman. She the one who gave me this bullshit. Right? But the Lord don't want to hear that a fucking woman tricked you. Right? The scriptures say what? Proverbs 31:3, it says, give not thy strength unto women. Lord, it was the woman. She beguiled. She the one who gave it unto me to eat. I'm going to read again. Proverbs 31:3. That's you niggas who's chasing your woman. You can't serve the Lord because your woman, she's, you can't say those type of things. Rape? Oh my God, rape? I don't want to hear about that. You're talking about death and destruction, murder and killing, violence. No, your woman don't want to hear that shit. Right? I'm reading again. Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. And our people have been destroyed through what? Through these women. Right? Through these fucking evil, wicked ass women. Genesis 3:12. And the man said, the woman who thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord said, and the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, right? He tricked me. He fooled me. He misled me, and I did eat. And the Lord thy power said unto the serpent, that's all you bitches chasing after Esau, Edom. Right? He's going to mislead you. He's going to fool you. He's going to trick you. Right? And the Lord power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Right? And you see, Esau, Edom, he's the only nation that's not going to continue after that 1,000 years. The Lord got something special for this motherfucker. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, right? That's why Esau and Jacob can't get along, because Esau's seed is what the seed of the serpent, and the seed of the woman is Israel. And between thy seed, her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrows in thy conception, and sorrow through. I'm reading again. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow in thy conception, and sorrow thou shalt bring forth the children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Right? A woman's desire is supposed to be to her husband, and a man is supposed to rule over a woman, not a woman over a man. Right? This is the confusion of what Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great.